Hey guys, this is Mistress Nightmare here, and today we'll be reading Chapter 2, Go to Sleep, My Love. Anyway, let's get started. Jeff's point of view. I perked out at her through the window. It was really dark, so I did doubt that she could see me, but I can see her. She is cutting herself. I did not know why she was, but I have to say that the knife she was using to cut to herself looked nice. It was way better than the knife I've been using for the past years, and it had looked even nicer with blood on it. Her blood slid off her wrist and onto the knife, and then poured off the knife near the handle, like in an anime show. I looked up at the girl's face. She looked quite sad. It made me mad too. I actually felt bad for her. No, I had to kill her. I was going to. I gripped the knife in my hand and quickly and stiffly crawled through the window, walked down the dark hallway to her bedroom. Now stood in her doorway looking at her. Her lips were red as ever. She wore baggy ripped clothes, and it was covered with blood of my previous victims. I was also covered with stitches and bruises. I had been driven out of my hiding spot, and I had to find a new one. Yeah, maybe I can take her house after I kill her. Go to sleep, I said. The girl froze and quickly looked up. Her eyes widened when she saw me. She quickly pulled herself back on the bed as she was shaking and holding the knife towards me. I forced my lips into a smirk even though I was forever smiling. Her eyes widened a little more, like she noticed. I took a step towards her and into the light in the dark hallway. She could see me. She looked at my face and gazed at it for a while, and then she hesitated and looked over my face. I forced my lips into a smirk again. I gripped the knife and took a step towards her. She quickly looked back up to my face to see that I would do to her based on my facial expression. I said, "Go to sleep," I repeated. She blinked a couple times and gulped. I can't, she replied. Her stutter bit, but other than that, she didn't seem scared. Why not? I said in the creepiest voice I could muster. She squirmed a bit, forced herself back onto the bed a bit more. I have insomnia. I can't sleep at all, she said. I looked at her, trying to see if she was lying, but she wasn't. It was late at night. Everyone else in town was asleep, and she looked wide awake. Even before she saw me, she had bags under her eyes, which suggested that she hasn't slept at all. I loosened the grip of my knife. What now? I tightened the grip on my knife, and then I jumped on her bed, held the knife to her throat as she froze with wide eyes. Either way, I'm going to kill you, I said in the creepy voice again. My throat began to hurt, but I used my regular voice. Then no one else would take me seriously. I focused on her face, which way I never did with my past victims. She seemed shocked, scared, but she was distracted by my face as she was staring at it, taking every detail. Good. What happened to you? She asked, like she knew I was a human before. I looked at her confused. What do you mean? She looked into my eyes. I mean, what happened to you? I can tell that you're oddly still human, she said in the same tone as I did. Honestly, I was not expecting that. I held the knife closer to her neck to the point if I moved the blade of the knife ever so slightly, she will begin to bleed, and eventually bleed out. She looked at the blade scared, then back at me. I knew she wanted to scream, just like it was natural, but she knew she would die either way. Smart move. I felt something poke my stomach, and then I saw her poking my stomach with the knife in her hands, shaking. Don't make me stab you, she said. I refocused to her face and I laughed. I leaned closer, my face inches from hers, my jet black hair brushed against her face slightly. I can tell by your hand movements you never used a knife before, other than on yourself. Go ahead and try. Now hold still, shut up, or I will cut you, I snapped. She looked scared. Again, I was about to slit her throat, and then suddenly her facial features changed. She glared at me with contempt until she gripped the knife harder. Then she brought it slightly to my neck, and I was about to grab her wrist and break it, and then all of a sudden, she cut me. I froze from my shoulder to my torso, to the point where I was bleeding like crazy. She hit every nerve, like would have caused me to be somewhat paralyzed. How did she? I screamed in pain as I fell to the floor. If I could, I would have shut my eyes tight. I looked over to the bed and saw her now standing. She stood over the edge of the bed, looking at me with our bloods dripping from the blades from her knife. Wait, wasn't that my knife? I could feel my hand move anymore. I was about to look around, and then I saw her step closer to me. I quickly stood up and put my hand over my wound as I stumbled a bit. I almost fell, but I kept my balance. I kept my eyes on her. She took more shaky steps, so she was standing at an angle. The moonlight peered through the curtains of her room, shining on her. I can see perfectly. She had large, deep cuts on her wrists. I can tell she was in pain. I can see bruises, cuts, and stitches. Every single injury she had. It made it more that I've seen on a human in forever. Other than myself, of course. But this was actually even worse than mine. Her skin was bruised, that they were purple blue. Her veins were popping out by the dark purple, even yellow bruises. She looked like a zombie or a monster. Now I knew where my knife was. It was in her other hand. She now held both knives in her hands, and I didn't have any weapon. Oh no. I gulped slightly. My heartbeat increased slightly. I've had enough of this. Of everyone. Everyone hates me. Everyone calls me a freak. I want to die. And now even you, whatever you call yourself. Now, my name is Jeff, I blurted out, interrupting her. She growled. She stepped towards me, even until she was now towering over me. I just wish you would all die, she screamed. She brought the blades up to my head. She was going to stab me, kill me, but I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I quickly looked away to see how I could not blink or anything. I couldn't feel pain, though. I looked up at her and felt something cold on my cheek. I saw the blade, and then she stabbed it into the ground on the side of my head and into my hair. I looked at her, and then she turned around and walked back to her bed. Now go away. I'm upset to put up with people like you right now, she said. Suddenly, I passed out. I wasn't sure if it was because she cut me before or only got infected now, or the fact that I just got my ass handed to me by a girl. Hi guys, it's Mistress Nightmare here. I just want to say big thanks for you guys for watching this channel and staying to the end of this video. If you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel. If you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, bye!